Welcome back to the Public Speaking Podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
This is your host, Lucas, amateur speaker and CEO of Headgain. And together with me in the studio, the marvelous, my favorite coach on the planet, the guy that has amazed me so much that I fell off a chair once and actually once introduced himself as the person who does the majority of things in the company. The wonderful, amazing Alexander Grabner-Yala!
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You douche. You douche. Okay, when did I make you fall off the chair? We need to have a conversation about that. I think that is a separate podcast episode. And right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right.
Nice.
My name is Alexander Grabner-Jarling. I am one of the head coaches, or the head coach with amongst some other coaches in Headgain, where we help people communicate, go from blah to whoa when it comes to taking the stage. Doesn't matter if it's in the corporate rounds or just creating a beautiful public speaker out of yourself. Today we have some really fun. It's another SPEAKERx edition. We have a speaker that I'm about to what do you say? How do you say that, Lucas? It's like on board to the stage. Introduce is a good word. Yeah, introduce to our podcast studio. Okay, let's say this. I've had some fears in my life. One was for flying. I learned everything about flying, and I was like terrified of putting myself on an airplane. But now I can do it with bravissimo. I can take whatever airplane, even when there's like bumps in the sky, turbulence. It's not a big issue. But there's one thing that I haven't still overcome, and this next speaker is a woman who really puts a name to something that a lot of people are like, yeah. Anyway, so when she took the stage and when she was talking about her topic, and I'm not going to out it, but you kind of probably read it between the lines here, but I just went, oh, wow, I should do that. Why don't everybody do exactly what she is asking us to do? With that, I want to welcome to the stage a woman who's a real true inspiration for me. And she's been helping us out as well, and we have bonded, the three of us, me, Lucas, and her, and looking forward to see where she is going in her career. But she's already a very, very, very successful businesswoman. Onto the stage, I want to welcome Tamara Christmann Olofsson. Hey, Tamara. All right, how are you doing today?
Really, really good. Yeah, I'm
really
doing
good.
Really good. Yeah.
And of course, that's why I'm saying that, but of course, because you're here with us. Here's the thing. Before we want to, I'm not gonna let you already now introduce to the audience who you are and what you do and why you're so super cool and awesome. I have something that it's a segment where I want to ask you 10 tough thoughts. That means that I'm going to give you A, B, and you're going to share with us and the audience which one that you like the most. So with that said, I want to welcome you to 10 Tough Thoughts with your host, Alexander Grabner-Jarling, and your co-host, Lucas Rogers-Cheek, who will do nothing in this segment. So are you ready, Tamara, for the 10 Tough Thoughts?
I hope so. Put it on.
Yeah, good. All right. 10 Tough Thoughts. Fast food or fine dining?
Fine dining.
Water or wine?
What?
Water or wine? Water. Swimming or walking?
Swimming. I love swimming.
Stay at home or travel?
Travel.
Car or motorcycle?
Oh, motorcycle, you know.
Oh, yes. Finally, the second one who answered the right one. Okay. Off-grid or city?
Off-grid.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Oh. Online or face-to-face?
Face-to-face.
Bed or sofa?
Bed.
Summer or wine? Summer or wine? Summer or winter?
I can combine it, of course. Summer, wine.
Yeah, summer or winter?
Summer.
This has been 10 Tough Thoughts with your host, Alexander Grabner-Jarling and Lucas Rogers-Cheek, who did nothing in this segment. Thank you, Tamara. Interesting thoughts there. You enjoyed water and then at the same time bed, but usually it's like wine. So I love that you had the motorcycle. But with that said, now the audience knows you a little bit more, but we need to really dig down into the deep end of the pool and ask you, Tamara, what do you do? Who are you? And why are you so cool with what you're doing?
Yeah, big question. Yeah, my name is Tamara, like you already said, and I'm the founder of Adventure Park in Sweden, Upsone. And I have worked almost for 2 decades with really big people and fear. And I have done this in a really physical way. So I see people all the time standing up in the trees, on the heights, trying to decide if they are trusting themselves to do the next step or if they give in to fear and not doing it. And today I try to combine entrepreneurship, with speaking, and I help people understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It's learning how to move forward if the fear is still present. But I'm also, like you hear on my dialect, from Germany originally, and I'm mother of 2 fantastic children, and I'm living in the south of Sweden now for 18 years now.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So why are you so cool then? Why are you so cool? I mean, running Upzone, how did you come up with that? Like where does that idea come from?
Yeah, it's a good question. A lot of people ask me how I came up with this idea. In 2008, I was one of the first one here in Sweden to create high rope courses. And I need to tell you, it's like I was visiting a park in Germany 2 months before I moved to Sweden. My mother told me that she had like a really good experience that I could try. And when I was in the park and I did this high rope course, I fell deeply in love. But later on, I actually understand that this happened already in my childhood. We was living in a house, and in this house we had like a backyard. And in this backyard there was like a big tree. And I loved to climb up in this tree. And my twin brother, we was like having a challenge who was climb higher than the other. And in this tree, I had one wish. I wished that my father would build like a tree house with zip lines in it. But when my parents divorced and the house and the garden with this tree was sold, and we moved in a tiny flat in a city, I forgot this dream about this tree house with the zip lines. And later on, when I was 24, standing in Germany in this high rope course and climbing up in the trees and driving the zip lines, I felt like Tamara 7 years again when I was climbing in my tree in my backyard. And I thought, this is such a wonderful experience. I need to get more people to do it, So, and this is what I see every day when like the customers in my park climbing around and driving zip line and hear like, "Yoo, yoo-hoo, ah." When you hear this noise, it's like, your inner child is coming back like, this is what I love to do. And if I'm honest, I'm stumbling into it when I was visiting this park, but I had it already with me all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is why I felt that I need to create this place that I wished I had as a children, which my parents or my father didn't create for me. So I created myself, but now it's so much bigger. It's a lot of parks and it's a lot of zip lines and a lot of platforms up in the trees. But yeah, this is how I came into it.
I love that. Love that. So cool. How I have two things. One, who did actually win? Who was the one that climbed the highest?
My brother, he is like,
Oh.
when I think that I'm brave, he is like so much braver. He is like one. So when you ask me, Alex, how am I so brave and tough? It's like, depending on my twin brother, he was like, dragging me to all this, dangerous things, and I wanted to impress him, and I want to keep going with him. So yeah, he actually climbed higher, but today I'm not sure anymore. So yeah.
That's funny. And I have to know, do you have a high tree house in your garden today for your kids?
No, I don't
No?
have it. We have like one tiny apple tree,
Oh.
And yeah, we don't have it, but I take them to Upsone all the time, and they love to climb there. So yeah, we go to Upsone and climb instead in
It makes
Upsone.
sense. Well, you built them.
Benefiting.
How many parks is it? 20 high ropes that they can climb. So I mean, it's
Yeah, now it's 6 parks today, but with a lot of different obstacles. It's like over 200 obstacles, I would say, in all the parks we have today. Yeah.
There you go.
Benefits of having mommy owning these. Like,
Yeah,
let's go
yeah.
and climb some trees. They're like, it's a Saturday or every day, Monday, going like, you want a cup of
you know.
Yeah. So tell us, you were part of the SPEAKERx batch numero uno. That is the first one of them all. How
Yeah.
was what did you do on SPEAKERx? What is your talk about? Because I said everybody should have this one, and you really affected me with creating this. And so what is it that you talk about in your signature talk as a public speaker?
Yeah, I have like one core idea, and the core idea is fear is not the problem. It's obedience to fear, is how we listen to fear. And I want to make clear that fear is information, but not instruction. Today, a lot of people are listening to fear, and fear is deciding their life for them. But for me, it's important to show them that fear will be always part in your life, and it's a biological reflex. But it's important to understand that fear is information and not instruction. Yeah. This is what my talk is about. And before I thought that I didn't saw like how should I say, I thought that my own story was not have nothing to do with my business. But after I was writing down my talk, I understand that my own story is actually the foundation of my business today. So that I saw that your own story is so much more important and a part of your business and your talk. Yeah.
Powerful. How has that made you feel about your business? Are you seeing the business differently based on that discovery?
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. And I understand what really, it's not like only people like having fun in trees and like having a good time with their family or with the company. It's about moving out of their comfort zone, like I'm doing now, speaking English, and try to get back in charge, about what they want to experience and what they want to have in life. And that fear could be a part there, and fear is talking to them when they are doing it, but they are still in charge and can tell fear like, it's okay, I can do it anyway. So this is how I see it, like more now, that uh, fear is an important part of it. Yeah.
I just love that, having that one thing that you have to watch. I mean, we're not going to spoil this for anyone, but when Tamara speaks about her fear, I so you drill down right into my childhood, and I was just going to curiously ask you, is your fear sitting somewhere around you right now, and what is fear telling you currently?
Yeah, of course. He is with me all the time, and I can later on tell you why he is here. Yeah, he's here with me. And of course, he tell me like, you cannot do this in English, and you never know what will be for question, and can you find the right answer? But I told him I'm totally safe here. I'm with Lucas and Alexander, and they will help me out, and we will do this together, and it will be a really great experience. But yeah, fear is with me also. Some people think that I'm fearless, but I don't. I have fear around me all the time, but I try not to give too much, how to tell it? There's not too much in charge all the time. Yeah. And do you want to know? I think you want to talk about Bruce or fear, why I named it and how I named
Shh,
it.
no, don't say anything. Let them watch the video instead. Let them watch it. Yes, let them watch
Okay.
the talk. Now but name is Bruce, the coolest. Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on the movie. Yes.
If you want to know who Bruce is, you better watch the talk. Link is in
Thank you.
the description. There we go. Okay, Tamara, Speaking of your talk and SpeakerX, we had a wonderful experience 6 weeks together that went from idea to standing on a stage. Can you just briefly take us through your process going from that, from idea to standing on a stage? How was that for you? What was the challenges? What was it like for you?
Yeah, I was been on stage before, but not like in this, not so big audience, and I have never done it in English. So I used to do it in Swedish or in German. So this was a challenge for me to do it in this language. And what was for me the biggest progress was how to find my own voice. I was not sure if how I should present what I want to present. And I was doubting myself. I think a lot of people are doing it when they are going on stage. They think they are not enough to be there. And I knew that I love it. I love when I'm standing on stage and I get people to feel something and when they recognize something in my story in their own life. But in the beginning, I didn't know how I should create this speak and how I would find my own unique voice. I think this was the hardest one. There are a lot of people outside, like motivational speakers, and I'm like a motivational speaker, or what will be my unique twist on this speech? I think this was the hardest one. Yeah.
Finding your own voice, what does that feel like today, now, Tamara?
I think I found it. I found it with your help, really. I think it gave me a lot to be in the SpeakerX, that you could. Sometimes it's hard, you don't see it yourself, when you're in it. And it's harder to see how others saw it. And I think it helped me to find my voice, how I could present my theme. And what I thought did my speech so much more powerful was using my props. For example, if I can speak about it, we use the equipment that I'm work with, for example, the rope and the harness, all these things. And when I used it, when I worked it, I felt that it made my speech so much more powerful. And I have never thought before about it to use all these props on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, you think it was
a core piece of your talk, and I also enjoy, because we had so many discussions about where to place your talk. It's both for stage but also something that you can use in your business, and I just loved how that part made it fit both places and become sort of a instructional piece to coming out and having an experience together with you. I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah, thank you.
And also I saw you standing on a stage just a couple of weeks after you did the SpeakerX as well, using the same type of using the props as the metaphors and guiding people. It made such an impact because it takes that edge of normally motivational, no standing, and then just like, hey, here's something that you can anchor it to. So when you visit Upsone, you can just go, and I recognize that helmet. Should I really have the helmet on for the entire duration? Well, in this case, you have to, but otherwise, maybe not.
Yeah, it's not about only like you give a lot of information. It's more about how you make people feel. Like it's not what do I want to say, is like how I want them to feel. And what I have understand is that to all these things that I use on scene, the helmet, the harness, the rope, it's loaded with emotions. And that is what people wanted to feel when they are listening to a speech. They see in it courage, they see in it trust, they see safety, they see fear, and all the things that I use. And I think this helped me more than I could have like 100 slides or something like this. That if you tell one honest story and use all the things that are loaded with all this information, this makes a speech really powerful.
Yes. Emotional impact. Yes, but you're 100% right. And I love that. You made people feel courage, made them feel the fear, made them realize and look and think inside, which is amazing. Love that.
The funny thing is, though, Tamara, that even if I'm now very occupied around me with two dogs that are acting up right in this moment when we're having this podcast, I am so curious, and I think all the listeners are as well, like, what is the next steps now? Because you have done a lot of the things that public speakers are missing out on. You're creating your beautiful signature talk, something that you can be proud of, something you can expand on, and also taking stages afterwards. But what is the next steps? Where are you heading? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Yeah, also for me, of course, I wanted to be on more stages and talk about fear and courage. I think it's really important that people are learning that it's okay to feel this way. And I think today in life and in some business, we try to teach to avoid discomfort. But I think it's important that you learn how to navigate in life, even if it's uncertain, without losing yourself. So I want to have more like keyword speaks on stage, but I'm also using this speech to have workshops in my park. Um, a lot of people, when I tell them that I'm working with Upsone and higher course, they're like, "Oh, I'm really afraid of heights," and this is the reason why they don't can visit Upsone. And in my soul, I'm like, we can do this together. You need to come to Upsone and I will help you overcome it. You really can overcome it. My husband was also afraid of heights. He isn't it anymore. And I had so many customers in like 19 years that they were afraid. And really later on, when they were standing on heights, they felt like, oh, I could do so much more than I ever thought that I could. If you really do the step and coming there. So people are waiting until they are ready, but you will never be ready. You get ready when you have done it. So this is why you need to come there and do it, and then you feel ready. But when I will do this workshop, I hope that more companies and group can come to our park and we talk about fear and how you can handle it and how you can work with it. And then later on, they can go up and hire a course and doing it and experience themselves, like how fear is acting and how you can acting with fear, listening it without letting it taking over. So this will be my next step, to have it like in workshops in the Upsone Park, but even talking about it on stage. I think it's really important that we are opening up more conversations about courage, leadership, and how we respond to it under pressure.
Well, thank you so much for that answer. I'm petrified because I know that there's a standing invitation on it. Like, Alex, you need to come to the. I'm like, I don't
I'm
want
sitting
to.
here and jumping
then
because it's
I know
directed to you now,
Lucas is
Alex.
going.
It is just
Yeah, I know.
do
Look,
it.
yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Like the next work kickoff that we will have in the company, we're probably going to visit one of the Upsone. Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I'm
Yes.
like, no, and no,
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Yeah.
in Stockholm, like with the 18 meters, you have to like
Yes,
you
Yes.
I'm
will come down.
terrified. I don't want to do this, but I do want to do it.
Yeah. But you can do it,
Yeah.
Alexander. Yeah, and I would
I
love
think
to have you in my park. Like you are my favorite customer, favorite visitor.
I
Yeah.
know you are.
Well,
I know that I am. I hate that. Oh,
Oh, we need
oh,
to
I
get
don't. I'm
we need
petrified.
to get this on the calendar, Alex.
I know we need to get it on the calendar. But Tamara, I'm now, as you have entered the rounds of being a public speaker, like professionally public speaking, what is it that do you see anything specific that other people are doing not wrong, but you're saying like, oh, why, well, that you want to go up and kind of shake them and just like, is there anything that you found now as you walk through the path of how now knowing how to be a public speaker?
yeah. I think a lot of public speaker overload people with too much information, and people barely remember information. They remember like tension, emotions. I think this is really important that we use this part of a speech more than give them a lot of information. And like I said, like if you can give the audience and one true honest story, gives more than 100 slides or 1,000 words. And I think if you're speaking from heart and you can move people and they get touched, this is what I would like to see more on stage. To be vulnerable. You say it like this, or like, yeah. And to show more of yourself and of your weakness. I think this is really important. So touch people with emotions. And like I felt it now, use like props, they are loaded with emotion. So play with it. This could be something that I would like to see more on stage.
Love that. Less slides, less data, more emotions, more vulnerability, more being yourself on stage.
And true story,
Please.
yeah. Honest story,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Who are you and why? I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much. All right, Alex.
Yeah. I don't even know why I said yeah with the German accent. I'm sorry about that. Tut mir leid. I'm sorry for that. No, but
No.
you know, being half Austrian, it's kind of you're awaking and it's like, yeah, let's get to the chopper. It's just a natural way of me, you know, speaking to somebody else who speaks German. I have one question. You would not want, as a listener, as our audience, you would not want to miss out on Tamara's talk. That's just a fact. And just like my dear dog here, who is crazy, she also enjoyed watching this talk. But where do people find you, Tamara? Where can they hook up with you? Is it on LinkedIn? Is your webpage? Where do you want people to find you and watch your talk?
Yeah, they can find me on LinkedIn, Tamara Christmann Olofsson, and we also have like a webpage with Upsone, where we can find more information about my higher course, but they can also get in contact with me about the webpage. But otherwise, LinkedIn will be perfect.
That is excellent. That's perfect. That's amazing. All right, Lucas, any final thoughts, any final remarks after having this SpeakerX edition?
Well, number 1 and 2. Do not miss out on Tamara's talk. The link is in the description. If you want to talk and speak to Tamara, get her booked as a speaker at your next event. You will reach out to her on LinkedIn or through the website. And if you listen to this, you're in Sweden and you are like Alex, afraid of heights, stop being it and go to Upsone, where you will find Alexandra and Tamara, because Alexandra is now going.
I'll be hanging upside down going like, I can't do this.
We should do a community event. That's it.
Yes.
Now here we go.
Event,
we're cooking something.
You're talking about the
blueprint.
You're speaking blueprint community event.
100% I am.
Yep.
And there will be a communication course coaching on 18 meters height. That's where we're heading. Tamara, it's been it's an honor and a privilege to have had you on the podcast. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And good luck with your speaking and with Upsone. And to you who has been listening, if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating. It means a lot to us. It means that the show can grow and reach other people. If you are interested in public speaking, wanting to be on a stage, make sure you go onto our community page. Link is down below. It's school.com/speak, where you'll find me and Alex on a daily basis, sharing information, helping you, making sure you're stage ready, meeting ready, presentation ready. That is it for today. Thank you so much. And as Alex says in his half Italian,
arrivederci tutti.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Servus.